Think about a memory, not any memory. The first one. The very first thing you can remember from when you were young. Maybe it's a smell, your mother's kitchen, the back seat of a car, a summer afternoon that felt like it lasted forever. Now, imagine every memory you've ever had, every face, every voice, every moment you thought you had forgotten. All of it, at once, in seconds. That is what some people say happens inside the brain right before it goes dark. Researchers call it the life review. People who have come close to death and survived describe the same thing over and over. Everything plays back. Not in order, not slowly, all at once, like a film on fast forward that somehow you can feel every frame of your first day of school, a fight with someone you loved, a random Tuesday you didn't think you remembered, the smell of rain on a summer night when you were 7 years old, moments you had completely forgotten. Suddenly, vivid. More vivid than when they first happened. Why would a dying brain do something like that? In 2023, a team of scientists at the University of Michigan published something remarkable. They had been monitoring 4 patients in intensive care, all comatose, all beyond medical help. With family permission, they measured brain activity as each patient passed away. What they expected? Silence. What 2 of the 4 patients showed was the opposite. A surge. A sudden, powerful wave of gamma activity. The fastest, most complex type of brainwave, flooding a very specific region of the brain. Not a random part. The region that activates when you dream, when you remember, when you experience something as deeply real. Scientists call it the hot zone. The patients' hearts had stopped, but something in their brains was more active than it had been in ours. More active in some ways than in a healthy, awake person. We can't know what those 2 people experienced. They didn't survive to tell us, but thousands of others have come close and come back. And what they describe sounds remarkably like what that brain activity might produce. A woman in her 60s describes seeing her children as babies again, holding them, feeling the weight of them. A man describes his grandmother's voice, someone who died when he was 4. Suddenly there. Clear. A teenager describes a Tuesday afternoon she didn't even remember living, sitting in a garden, doing nothing, completely happy, and feeling, for the first time, that it was the most important moment of her life. Moments we rush through, moments we forget before the day is over. The brain, it seems, was keeping all of them, every single one. And at the very end, it plays them back. Why would it do this? No one knows for certain. Some researchers think the brain, flooded with chemicals, is trying to make sense of what is happening. Some think it is searching for a way out, running through everything it has ever learned for one last solution. Others think it is simpler than that the brain, in its final moments, does what it has always done. It tries to understand. It tries to feel. It tries to hold on to what mattered. And in that moment, with no future left to plan for, no tomorrow to worry about, maybe for the first time, it finally can. There's something about the life review that people almost always mention. The forgotten moments. Not the weddings, not the graduations, not the things you thought would matter. The small ones. A conversation at a kitchen table that meant nothing at the time. The way someone laughed. The feeling of cold grass under bare feet on a morning you were 80 years old. Your brain stored all of it. Every moment you lived through, even the ones you never noticed. Somewhere, somehow, it kept them. And when the time comes, it gives them back. All at once. The whole film. We spend most of our lives trying to remember things, writing them down, taking photographs, telling the same stories over and over so we don't lose them. And all along, the brain has been doing something we didn't know about, holding everything, quietly, completely. In 2023, scientists found a signal, a burst of activity in a dying brain that they still don't fully understand. Maybe it is the life review. Maybe it is something else entirely. Maybe it is nothing. But if in those last seconds, every ordinary Tuesday comes back to you, every voice you loved, every moment you thought was gone, then maybe the most important question isn't what happens after we die. It's what we do with the moments the brain is quietly saving.